If you could direct your attention to the Portland dugout just in front of it, we'd like to begin our senior night festivities. As we start senior night, we would like to recognize and congratulate the seniors from Thornton Academy. They are number 7, Jeremy Chessie, number 10, Joshua Penny, and number 18, Joshua Valley. Congratulations to each of you. Now, we would like to recognize our Portland High School senior baseball players. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students at Portland High School, we would like to thank these student athletes for supporting their teammates and coaches this season. These student athletes have represented their community, their school, their team, and their families with great character, great integrity, and exemplary sportsmanship. We would be remiss to not also thank the families, friends, teachers, and coaches for all they have done to support these student athletes. Families, as each player is announced, please come forward to accept a small token of the program's gratitude for your support. Portland High School has this year 4 baseball athletes. We begin with number 2, Hunter Temple. Hunter is represented tonight by his parents, Donna and Jim. Number 3, Cam Allen. Cam is represented tonight by his parents, Katie and William. Number 4 is Elliot Kimball. Elliot is represented this evening by his parents, Joyce and Carrie. Number 5 is Regan Buck. Regan is represented this evening by his parents, Danielle and Mike. Thank you very much. One more nice hand for the 4 Portland senior baseball athletes. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask that you please rise as we honor America and those who defend her with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome everybody to Headlock Field, where today's matchup is between the visiting Thornton Academy Golden Trojans and your Portland Bulldogs. As Portland warms up, the starting batting order and lineup for Thornton Academy. Batting first in left field, number 10, Joshua Penny. Catching number 12, Braden Duane. At first base, number 20, Jacob Fish. At shortstop, number 7, Jeremiah Chessie. At second base, number 4, Noah Fullerton. In center field, number 1, Brennan Tabor. At DHing, number 19, Blake Bolduc. Pitching today, number 9, Beck Edgerly. And rounding out the batting order in right field, number 11, Colton Cross. And not batting at third base, number 2, Dominic Hussey. And Joshua Penny set to take the first pitch from Cam Allen. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. And that's popped up in shallow right field. It's Tidd who will get the first out.
Good start here for Portland.
And as you saw, it is senior night for Portland. Portland will graduate 4 seniors from the baseball team.
Well, and at Thornton had only 3. So both programs are going to go into next season with a full squad.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see what Portland soccer a couple years ago graduated 19 seniors off one team, as that's crushed by Braden Duane. And he's going to get a stand-up triple.
Yeah, I had to stay with that ball in the outfield before I could get on the runner because I wasn't quite sure where and when that ball was coming down. Wow. I've seen quite a few hit to left field off the wall, but that was a good distance between center and right.
So that brings up Jacob Fish. And that's popped up in shallow left, and that's going to be caught by Viola.
Yeah, no chance to move the runner up on that one. Hit to the wrong side of the field and short.
And so that brings up Jeremiah Chessie. And Thornton Academy this season is 11-4. Currently they are, as the standings load, they are the 3rd seed. And so going into the tournament, they will get a first round bye. That drops in for strike 1, 1-1 count.
That was a beautiful pitch by Cam. Froze the batter.
And that's popped up in to center. No one calls it. And it drops in.
Well, miscommunication early in the game. The only good thing about it, it's early in the game. The only bad thing about it is a run scored. And if they can just keep it to that one run and work on the communication, they're still in good shape.
It's low and outside for ball 1 to Noah Fullerton. And Portland on the season is 4-11, currently the 15th seed. It's up high for ball 2. Not sure what this game will result in terms of standings.
If Portland was to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's inside for ball 3. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, Cam's got to battle back. Take a deep breath. Kind of thought this inning was over.
And it's fouled back as Chessie was taking off. So 3-2 count, and that's ball 4.
The center fielder, number 1, Brennan Tabor.
So Brennan Tabor at the plate. 2 on for Thornton Academy. It curves in there for strike 1.
Well, not sure if there was a miscommunication on the pitch or the catcher recognized that the batter couldn't read that pitch and maybe they're just going to stay with it.
And that's hit into center. And Buck will track it down for the 3rd out. But Thornton Academy puts 1 on the board. And so after half an inning complete, it's Thornton Academy 1, Portland coming up. And here we go for the bottom of the 1st as Thornton Academy comes out to warm up. The starting batting order and lineup for Portland. Batting first is senior in left field, number 2, Hunter Temple. Catching number 6, Lucas Milliken. In center field, senior number 5, Regan Buck. The DH is number 19, Connor Daniels. At third base, number 7, Brody Viola. Pitching is senior number 3, Cam Allen. At shortstop, number 1, Jacob Johnson. At second base, number 8, Jacob Tidd. And rounding out the batting order in right field, number 17, Joe Mancini. And not batting, but playing first base, senior number 4, Elliot Kimball. And Hunter Temple will step into the batter's box. Ball 1. Edgerly on the mound. And there for strike 1. It's outside for ball 2.
Long windup and a long throw.
In there for strike 2. And that's ripped in to left center. And it's fielded by Tabor. But Temple leads things off for Portland with a stand-up double.
Well, Portland trying to get that run back, and they're off to a great start.
And so that brings up Lucas Milliken. It's on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. And in the dirt, it's a 1-1 count.
Good check swing.
And that's a slow dribbler. And it just rolls foul. And so Dominic Hussey playing that right.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice. He's just hoping that it was going to go foul. And, you know, as slow as that ball was going down the line, waiting, the batter probably could have made it to second if it stayed fair.
So 1-2 count. And that's up the middle. It's misplayed by Chessie. And so Portland will tie the score up.
Well, unfortunate for Thornton Academy, but fortunate for Portland.
The center fielder, number 5, Regan Buck.
So that brings up Regan Buck. In there for strike 1.
It's amazing some of these pitches, some of the pitches that these pitches throw. They just freeze the batter.
And that one's hit into left. And Portland continues to belt the ball everywhere.
Well, and that was a great read. After that first pitch, the pitcher came back with the same pitch, and the batter for Portland was like, no, you're not going to fool me this time. And he did. He hit it hard. Waited on it perfectly.
And so that brings up Connor Daniels as Dwayne goes to talk to Edgerly.
Portland off to a great start here.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. It's in there for strike 2.
Well, it looked a little inside, but the umpire's calling those on the outside corners of the plate. So he's consistent.
Up high.
Well, that was a good wasted pitch just to see if he'd go after it. Just a little bit too high.
And just outside for ball 2. And it's foul tipped. So that's 1 away.
Good job by the catcher to hold on to that one.
The third baseman, number 7, Brody Viola.
And so that brings up Brody Viola. That curved over for strike 2.
Keeping Viola off balance.
Oh, 2 pitch. No. Edgerly swings over and looks at second. Now here's the 0-2 pitch. Is fouled back. Milliken at second. Buck at first. 1 out. And that's hit into shallow right. And Milliken just stands right on the bag.
Yeah, too early in the game to take a chance to tag up on that one. Even though it was deep enough, he may have made it, but didn't want to chance it.
And so that brings up Cam Allen. That curved over. Allen has the chance to help himself out here. That's ball 1. And
Oh, that's only 2 strikes.
the ump.
He puts his arm around the batter and says, "My bad." You know, the batter's probably thinking in his head real quick, "Hey, that's only the 2nd strike."
And there's the strikeout.
Okay. Umpire just wanted to do it twice just to make sure he got it right the first time. Right from the first time. So, but we have it on film.
We do. And so Portland capitalizes on a mistake just like Thornton did in the top of the first. And so after one complete, it's Thornton Academy 1, Portland 1. Here we go for the top of the second. Batting is Blake Bolduc. It grazes the inside corner for strike one. That one's low. It's a 1-1 count. That's ripped into left, but Temple tracking that one.
Lined up in the right place. Didn't have to go far or move much.
So Beck Edgerly. We'll see if he can get things going as that curves right over the plate.
Oh, and you could see Beck leaning backwards.
And Cam Allen said, what you can do, I can do better. Both pitchers so far have dropped the hammer with those curves. Right over the plate for strike two. And that's popped up to Jacob Tidd. And that's 2 away.
Well, good for Portland. That's 2 quick outs.
So that brings up Colton Cross. Outside for ball one. Fouled back. It's a 1-1 count. And that's just foul. And the way that was going, that probably would have been extra bases for Cross.
Yeah, down in that corner. Oh,
And that one drifts up. And that one's popped in foul territory. Three-two pitch is a swing and a miss for strike three. And so that puts the side away. And so Portland with their first clean inning of this game. And so after 1.5 innings complete, it's Thornton Academy 1, Portland 1. Here we go for the bottom of the second. Leading things off is Jacob Johnson. It's inside for ball one. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count. And that pitch crossed up.
Yeah,
Dwayne.
Yeah, he's holding on to his hamstring. He stretched out awkwardly, to say the least.
In there for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count. And as we saw in the Deering game, when there was no one on base, the catcher just let them go by.
Yeah, I think you just got to pick your battles. I mean, it's a tough enough job being a catcher anyway, without having to stretch out to try to stop a ball when no one's on base.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's 3 strikeouts so far for Beck Edgerly.
Number 8, Jacob Kidd.
So that brings up Jacob Tidd. Fouled back. And that's hit in right, and Cross coming in to get the second out.
Yeah, 3 field is converging there, and he calls him off and makes the catch.
So Joe Mancini now up, swing and a miss for strike 1. And that's hit. Hussey will fire over, and not in time.
Well, that's why you have to hustle. I didn't even think he was going to throw it, but he did. And Mancini got there just in time.
Yeah, Dominic Hussey with great effort to get that over to first.
Yeah.
And it looked like it went in and out of his glove, and it was right in front of him, so he had to barehand it and throw it over. And that's ripped into left. So back-to-back hits with 2 outs by Portland. And that was Hunter Temple, who's now 2 for 2 with a double and now a single. Bringing up Lucas Milliken, who also got a hit and is 1 for 1 so far.
Well, perfect time for this batting order to be up here with 2 outs. See what they can do with it.
It drops in there for strike 1. And when you look at a batting order, you expect your 1, 2, and 3 hitters to hit. But when you can get production from the bottom third of your batting order, that can be huge in terms of winning a baseball game.
And a big game at that, too.
And so we'll see if Portland can continue this streak.
I mean, they've already gotten 5 hits, and we're not even through 2 innings.
And we'll see. Cross. That's over the head. And so that's going to score Mancini and Temple. And that's it's not a stand-up triple, but it could have been.
No, I'm getting my pants dirty. I hit that pretty hard triple. So well deserved.
And so Portland with 2 huge runs.
Well, I'll tell you, they have been hitting hard, this pitcher.
And like I said, if Portland ends up winning this game, there's a punter's chance that they could get into the tournament. That's just high for Regan Buck, who first at bat singled.
Yeah, he's capable of driving in this other run.
That's skied way into center. Tabor comes in and gets the 3rd out.
That noise you're hearing is Seth's hard paperwork flying through the press box.
And so after 2 complete, Portland putting 2 on the board, then the new score is Portland 3, Thornton Academy 1. Here we go for the top of the 3rd. Joshua Penny batting. And it's Viola will fire it over.
Oh,
And Kimball can't scoop it out. And so that's a throwing error on Brody Viola.
you know, and sometimes when you have all the time in the world, you don't throw it over there with the same urgency, and then you end up short hopping the ball to the first baseman.
And so Joshua Penny, first time up, grounded out to second base. Now reaches on an error. Braden Duane at the plate. And he got a triple in the last at-bat. In there for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count.
Well, and the runner on first has quite the lead. And I think he should be careful.
And the
no.
ball gets away.
Well, we don't have to worry about that careful anymore. Boy, the first baseman he's having a difficult time over there. So we got 2 errors here. None on the first baseman, though, because he's doing everything he can to try to control that ball being thrown to him.
So it's 1-1 count to Braden Duane. And a timeout by Duane. It's high and outside for ball 2.
Well, and as Portland put those 2 runs up at the bottom of the second, they certainly don't want to give any back here in the top of the 3rd.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. And hit foul. And that's in there for strike 3.
Drop the hammer.
The first baseman, number 20, Jacob Fish.
And so that brings up Jacob Fish. That's in there for strike 1. Fish, last time up, popped up to third baseman. And that one skyrocketed into center. Buck will get it. And he is going to be safe. Buck with a great arm in center field, but that one was offline.
Yeah, just a hair too deep on the wrong side of second base.
And so Jeremiah Chessie coming up, last time up, got a single.
Well, and Portland's almost out of this inning. Batter getting the signs.
It's hit foul. A run 90 feet away for Thornton Academy. And that's hit foul. It was inches away from that bag. Oh, 2 pitch. That's hit into right. Mancini will get underneath it and gets the third out. And so Portland minimizes the 2 errors for Joshua Penny. And so Portland puts a goose egg for Thornton Academy. And after 2.5 complete, it's Portland 3, Thornton Academy 1. And here we go for the bottom of the third. Connor Daniels leading things off. Last at bat, struck out. First pitch is on the outside part of the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And that's inside.
You know, looking at it from up here, if the catcher was a little bit more to that side of the batter's box, I think he would have called that a strike. But, it, you know, optical illusion looked like it was outside, but that's where the umps been calling strikes.
In the dirt for ball 2. Up high.
All right, good battle.
Three-two pitch is foul tipped. The catcher looked like he raised his glove saying he had the ball. And Now, Portland coach is going to talk with the home plate ump.
Not sure what that was about, but
So that brings up Brody Viola. Flew out to right field. That's into center. Tabor will track that down.
another long fly ball. This one caught.
And so that's 2 away, bringing up Cam Allen.
Pitcher number 3, Cam Allen.
That's ripped. Foul. And off the bat, it looked good, but just drifted into foul territory. That's low and outside for ball 1. That one's grazes the corner. So it's a 1-2 count. 2 away. 1-2 pitch is low. Cam Allen striking out looking. His first at bat. And right off the helmet.
Well, that's the second. In the first game, we saw a batter take one off the helmet, with it, except it was a little bit of harder pitch, and the helmet went a good 15, 20 feet away from the batter after he was hitting the head. The batter was okay. This one just grazed. Helmet stayed on.
And so that brings up Jacob Johnson striking out his first at bat. This time it's popped up. Is it going to drop? And no, Tabor gets the third out.
Well, and thankfully nothing bad happened there, but it could have.
He ranged all the way from deep center to get that. And so the hit by pitch does not come back to bite Thornton Academy. And so after 3 complete, it's Portland 3, Thornton Academy 1. Here we go for the top of the 4th. Noah Fullerton at the plate. Last time up got walked. This time, and that dropped right under the bat.
Yeah. I think where he first attempted to bunt it, it had to be a foot away from where the bat was.
It's low and outside for ball 1. And that's hit towards the Expo. That's fouled back. It's a 1-2 count. And on the outside corner for strike 3.
Yep, caught him looking.
So that is the third K for Allen so far. And so that brings up Brennan Tabor. Last time up, flew out to center field. That one drops over for strike 1. That's hit foul. So it's an 0-2 count. That skyrocketed into shallow center. No, that's further than Regan Buck ranging to get to it. That almost looked like Jacob Johnson was gonna catch it in the shallow center field.
Well, and as you could hear occasionally with Seth's paperwork flopping around up here, that wind is blowing pretty hard straight out, so it did carry.
And that one curves over for strike 1. Blake Bulldog at the plate. Last time up, flew out to left field. That one little high. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Outside. It's a 2-2 count. Two-two pitch is ripped into left. That's going to one hop to Temple, and that's a loud single. And no one's covering second, but Bolduc stays at first.
Yeah, that was a great way to play left field to hold him to a single.
So Beck Edgerly at the plate, up high for ball 1. And Allen steps off, forcing Bolduc back to first. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count. And that's right to Jacob Tidd.
Well,
Can't make it much easier than that to get the third out. And so Portland keeps Bolduc at first. And after 3.5 complete, it's Portland 3, Thornton Academy 1. Here we go for the bottom of the 4th. Jacob Tidd leading things off.
and just talking to Don, I think we saw them after this pitch.
And there for strike 2.
I think we saw them passing the hat for quarters to put in the meter to turn the lights on here at Hadlock.
Jacob Tidd, last up, flew out to right field. This time is in the gap. And so that's a single. So Portland starting off this half inning with a hit.
Well, and Portland has been, they've been a little busy every inning here.
And with no outs, Dominic Hussey on the grass with Joe Mancini at the plate.
Yeah, that may be wondering if Mancini's going to try to bunt the runner over to try to manufacture one more run here, but I'm not quite sure.
And Joe Mancini started the rally in the bottom of the second with a single. Tid with no lead at first, but does not matter. Mancini is 2 for 2 so far. And so back-to-back hits as we get a mound visit, but Portland has had at least 2 hits in 3 of the 4 innings so far.
And we'll take a break. Hunter Temple up.
The top of the lineup, Hunter Temple, is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. And that's hit right to Joshua Penn.
Well, in and amongst all these hits for Portland, they've had a lot of loud outs, too.
The catcher number 6, Lucas Milliken.
And so that brings up Lucas Milliken, who is also 2 for 2 with a single and a triple. That's in the dirt. It's a 1-1 count. And Edgerly looking back. Tid at second. And that's hit to Chessie, flipping to Fullerton, and safe at first.
Must have just beat the throw over. That double play did take a little bit extra time.
So Regan Buck at the plate.
Well, and the umpire had a good angle at it anyway, so he didn't miss the call.
And Buck is 1 for 2. Last time up, flew out to center field. And that one curved right over. Runners at the corners. Jacob Tid at third. Lucas Milliken at first. And sometimes when you give teams extra outs, the team that got those extra outs needs to make the other team pay. We'll see if Portland can do that.
Well, they have a batter that potentially could.
In the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, he's keeping the ball away. But, I mean, Buck is capable of hitting it to right field, dropping it right over the first baseman's head. So the pitcher's got to be careful. Just like that.
And that's going to drop.
Just like that. Yep.
And it's going to be thrown out. Milliken trying to take third.
Well, I didn't get a close-up because I was trying to get both runners on the bases, but Buck knocks in a run.
And so Buck with the RBI single to bring in a run. And so after 4 complete, the new score is Portland 4, Thornton Academy 1. Here we go for the top of the 5th. Colton Cross leading things off. That's fouled back. It's outside for ball 1. That's hit right to Brody Viola.
Well, and at this point, Portland will take every single one of those outs, nice and easy.
And so Colton Cross is 0 for 2 now. And that brings up Joshua Penny, top of the lineup. That curves over. Penny is 0 for 2 with a pop-up to second base and reaching on an error. And that's up the middle. So a hit for Penny. And that brings up Braden Duane.
Number 12, Braden Duane.
And Allen stepping off.
And here come the lights.
Fouled back.
I guess there was enough collected to get the meter going.
And Duane, 1 for 2. Last time up. Struck out looking. And that's over for strike 2. But Penny taking off for second.
We're having a conversation, the umpire, with someone in the dugout about something. Maybe it was a call strike.
That looked right down the middle for me. Oh-2 pitch is outside. Trying to paint the corner. And a steal. This time, oh, the throw is too high.
Yeah, he may have had him.
The throw was there on time, but the throw is just a little too high. And so 2 stolen bases by Penny. And the count is 2-2 in the dirt. So Thornton Academy trying to manufacture runs. Being down 4-1. And we talked about how this would be an important win for Portland. But on the other side, if Thornton Academy were to lose, as that's ripped into right, Mancini ranges over, but that's going to score a run. And so Penny, with the 2 stolen bases, ends up touching home on the sacrifice fly by Braden Duane.
Well, and I think at this point, Portland is going to have to be okay with trading an out for a run.
And that's hit. Tid can't get to it, so a 2-out single by Jacob Fish, who's now 1 for 3. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner.
Hit was by Jacob Fish. The batter now, the shortstop, number 7, Jeremiah Chessie.
It's number 8.
Pinch runner on first, number 8, Don.
It's Quinn Cook.
Number 8, pinch runner at first.
Quinn Cook is pinch running for Jacob Fish. That's fouled. And Jeremiah Chessie at the plate.
The pinch runner at first base for the Golden Trojans is number 8, Quinn Cook.
Chessie is 1 for 2. Flew out to right field last at bat. And Cook takes off. And it's another successful stolen base.
Well, and now we're going to have a little talk at the mound because Portland needs to be careful here to not let Thornton chip away any more at this lead. And we'll be back.
And we're back. It's a 1-1 count to Jeremiah Chessie. It's low, so it's a 2-1 count. It's a 3-1 count. And Thornton Academy doing all of this with 2 outs. And that's ripped into left. And that's going to score another run. And so Thornton Academy brings the lead down to 1.
Well, I don't know. They got a runner at second from that throw home. I think unless you you're sure you have a chance to get him out at home, you got to throw that ball to second, because now the runner is on second in scoring position for another hit like that, and the game's tied up.
So Noah Fullerton at the plate. 0 for, and that's going to be easily caught by Cam Allen. One pitch to get Noah Fullerton, but Thornton puts 2 on the board, and so after 4.5 complete, it's Portland 4, Thornton Academy 3. Here we go for the bottom of the 5th. Connor Daniels leading things off. Has struck out both times he's been up. That curved right over. And that's a slow dribbler, and that went through Edgerly to Chessie and gets Daniels.
Well, and the thing about that is, as a shortstop, you cannot assume that the pitcher is going to get that. And he hustled in to pick the ball up and throw the runner out.
And so that brings up Brody Viola, is 0 for 2. Flew out to center field, first at bat, or second at bat.
Well, and with Thornton scoring 2 runs on the top of the 5th, you can't let that pitcher get in a groove here in the bottom of the 5th, now that they're back in the game, because you need to keep going on the offense, putting some more runs up.
In the dirt. In the dirt. So it's a 2-2 count. 1 away. It's high and outside for ball 3. And it's foul tipped for strike 3.
The pitcher number 3, Cam Allen.
And so that brings up Cam Allen. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
That ball was unhittable.
And Cam Allen, 0 for 1. Last time up, got hit. And that's hit foul. So it's an 0-2 count, 2 away. Up high. One-two pitch in the dirt. And that's on the corner. And so that's a 1-2-3 inning for Thornton Academy. And so after 5 complete, it's Portland 4, Thornton Academy 3. Here we go for the top of the 6th. Brennan Tabor leading things off. That's skied into shallow outfield, and Jacob Johnson calls everybody off.
Great communication out there, because that ball was up there a long time.
And the wind has died down a little bit from earlier.
Yeah, now that the sun settled, is going down.
So Blake Bolduck up. His Bolduck is 1 for 2. That's rocketed into left. Temple will track it.
Wow. I think that had us both fooled. That ball sounded like it was hit a lot harder than where it went. I was expecting it to go deep, and so was Temple.
And so Beck Edgerly at the plate. In there for strike 1. In there for strike 2.
Wow.
And that's hit into right. That's going to drop. So a 2-out single by Beck Edgerly.
Well, and we know what Thornton can do with 2 outs, so Poland's got to be careful.
And so that brings up Colton Cross. Thornton Academy definitely not going away. And that one's hit into right. And that's caught by Regan Buck.
And look at him. Ah.
And saving Portland from a potential tie ball game. Regan Buck ranging all the way over to catch that. And so after 5.5 complete, the score remains Portland 4, Thornton Academy 3. Here we go for the bottom of the 6th. Jacob Johnson leading things off. And that's hit to Tabor and gets the first out.
1 pitch, 1 out. That's what Thornton needs.
So Jacob Tidd. He started the rally to get that 4th run in the bottom of the 4th. This time it's popped up and in and out of the glove of Edgerly. So Jacob Tidd survives for another pitch.
Yeah, that was a tough one. He had a long way to go. And being a righty, you know, being a pitcher, the way you pitch and then try to get you balanced and run that direction, almost ready, made a great catch.
And that's low for ball 1. That's hit foul. So 1-2 count.
Oh,
And way out in front of that.
Jeez. Oh.
So that brings up Joe Mancini.
Yeah, the batter none too happy with that, but, you know, the way these pitches have been grooving it over and dropping the hammer, he wasn't too sure where that was going to land. And he had to swing at it.
It's a pop up. Mancini is 2 for 2. And that's in there for strike 2. And that's low. That curved over for strike 3. And so that's 1-2-3 inning for Beck Edgerly. And so after 6 complete, it's Portland 4, Thornton Academy 3. Here we go for the top of the 7th. Portland 3 outs away from winning this ball game, but it's not going to be easy as Thornton has the top of the lineup, and Joshua Penny starts things off. And he started the rally where they scored 2 runs to make this a close game. But Penny in an early 0-2 count. That's ripped. That's going to hit the Expo.
That went a good distance. Foul.
So still an 0-2 count. That's fouled back.
Just got enough of it on that off-speed pitch. Totally almost had him fooled.
And that's hit into center. And Buck ranges over to get the first out. So that brings up Braden Duane. Is 1 for 2. He has a triple, a strikeout, and a sacrifice fly. In there for strike 1. That's hit into left and just foul.
Ooh. That would have been a ground rule double. And you're not kidding. There's not much space once you clear those stands along the foul line. And it found just enough of it.
And that was outside. Duane looked like he wanted to swing at that one. But with 2 strikes, you look to protect the plate. And in the dirt. And low for ball 3. That was a hard pitch to take.
Yeah.
And that's low for ball 4.
All right, well, with 1 out, they're going to make this interesting.
So that brings up Jacob Fish, who is 1 for 3. Last at bat with a single.
Well, and the thing is with a lefty up, now you got your first baseman holding on the runner. So there's a hole over there.
And takes off. And safe.
Ooh. Well, we have some fans disagreeing with that. But the umpire was the closest one to that play. Now they're going to have to be careful. No margin for error now for this Portland team. Everything's got to be perfect. Any ground balls or throws got to be perfect. Anything hit to the outfield, you got to know where your cutoff man is to get the ball in.
So it's a 1-0 count. Outside. Outside for ball 3. That's skied. And Milliken lost track of the ball, or he might have not been able to see where the ball was.
Looking up into the lights. But, I don't know, Seth, did that look catchable?
That was in, that was on the warning track.
Yeah. I think he just lost it in the lights.
So a 3-1 count. And that's going to drop. And Temple tried to dive for it. That's going to tie the ball game up.
Well, and that's all Temple could do. Seriously. I mean, the ball was going to drop, and he just attempted to dive for it. Would have been an awesome catch. But even if the ball had dropped in, the runner potentially could have still scored. But on that pop-up to foul, in foul territory, gave the batter an extra swing, and he made the most of it.
And we'll take a timeout. And we're back. Jeremiah Chessie at the plate. And low for ball 1. And that's fouled back.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
This game has definitely gotten interesting.
It's getting a little chippy.
That's outside for ball 3. That's hit to Tid. He'll fire over. Gets the second out.
But the potential go-ahead run now on at third. Portland's got to be perfect here.
And Noah Fullerton is now up 0 for 2. Popped up to the pitcher. Outside for ball 1. For Portland, if this ball is in play, it has to be right at an infielder or in the air to an outfielder. And Buck will range, and he catches it, saving Portland from another run allowed. And Portland having a chance to take the game in the bottom of the 7th. And so after 6.5 complete, the score is tied. Thornton Academy 4, Portland 4. Here we go for the bottom of the 7th. Portland starting off with 1, 2, and 3 batters.
Well, now's a good time as ever, right?
And Hunter Temple is 2 for 3. Flew out to left field last time at bat, but has a double and a single. So any hit here for Portland would be huge. And that's out to left field. And that's 1 out. Bringing up Lucas Milliken.
The catcher number 6, Lucas Milliken.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. In there for strike 2. Right down the middle for strike 3. So that's 2 away.
2 quick outs for the new pitcher.
The center fielder number 5, Regan Buck.
So Regan Buck comes in. Outside for ball 1. Outside for ball 2.
Well, he's trying to be careful with Buck up, but you still don't want to put him on the bases by walking him.
That's hit foul.
Deep into the night.
So it's a 2-1 count. In there for strike 2. Buck has to protect the plate here. And it's popped up. Two-two pitch is hit up the middle. It's fielded by Chessie. Not in time.
Well, there you go. That's the word hustle right there.
And
so Connor Daniels 0 for 3.
Well, now's a good time as ever to get your first knock of the ball game.
Buck sliding back.
Well, the pitcher's got to be careful, too. Everything over that way's got to be perfect.
Checking on Buck again.
Well, maybe he's throwing over because Buck's getting his uniform dirty, and that extra weight will slow him down.
And he would have been toast.
Sorry. Buck is standing on first base. The catcher was on autopilot, and the ball was thrown down.
Well, Buck did look like he was going to take off.
I know.
And I think the catcher being blocked by Daniels couldn't see that he went back.
Well, tell you right now, Buck is in his head.
Buck takes off this time and is underneath the tag. And
All right. 0 for 3. How about making it 1 for 4 right here?
it's a 1-1 count. It's in there for strike 2. So Portland down to their last strike. Any hit in the outfield potentially wins this game for Portland. And that's hit foul. So Daniels staying alive. And Buck keeping Bolduc from pitching. And in there for strike 3. So we will play extra innings here in this ball game.
Nothing we like better than free baseball, right?
And so after 7 complete, the score is tied. Thornton Academy 4, Portland 4. Here we go for the top of the 8th. Brennan Tabor leading things off. And that's hit out to center, but Regan Buck there as always.
Yep, where baseballs go to die, center field here.
That's one away, bringing up.
Oh, this might be it. We were talking about pitch count in between innings, and he may have reached it. And it looks like he did. And the left field is going to come in, and we'll give you the changes.
And we're back. It's a 1-0 count. It's low for ball 2.
We got a new pitcher.
And there was a trade left field for pitching. Hunter Temple comes in for relief. And it's a quick 3-0 count. And Cam Allen goes to left field. In there for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
All right, he battled back.
Three-two pitch is fouled back.
And we got about 4 baseball players, looks like from Lyman Moore, sitting in the stands here.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Temple battling back.
The third baseman, number 9, Beck Edgerly.
And that brings up Beck Edgerly. Drops over for strike 1. In the dirt. It's a 1-1 count. That dropped over.
That was nice.
And swing and a miss for strike 3. And a 1-2-3 inning for Portland. And Portland will get another chance at the walk-off. And so after 7.5 complete, it's tied still. Thornton Academy 4, Portland 4. Here we go for the bottom of the 8th. Brody Viola leading things off. Batters 5, 6, and 7 for Portland. This part of the batting lineup has had a tough game so far. So the first is high and inside. Batters 5, 6, and 7 are 0 for 8. Low for ball 2.
Well, you have to start somewhere, and it might as well be this part of the lineup.
Outside for ball 3.
Part of the lineup that's had it difficult tonight can come through now.
.30 pitch is inside, so a lead-off walk.
Well, there you go.
And that puts the winning run on the bases.
Now, Cam Allen's up. Do you bunt the runner over or you let him swing away?
You also have to worry about the double play and
boy, the third baseman is all coming in, waiting for the bunt, but I don't know, hit and run, first pitch?
Edgerly way in.
Oh, no.
And the throw is off. The throw is off, and that was a strike on the pitch. So the winning run in scoring position, and the double play is out of play.
Well, like I said, this part of the batting order's had it difficult. They can come through for this team.
And let's see if Allen bunts.
Ooh. Which at this point would not be a bad move to get him over to third.
Jacob Fish is almost halfway to home plate. And it's in there for strike 2.
Well, that takes the bunt off the table.
Jacob Fish is still on the grass. And a foul tip. So that's one away. And Jacob Johnson coming up.
We're going to have a visit to the mound. No one's warming up, so it's just a visit. And we'll be back.
And we're back. And that's ripped up the middle. And Viola's being waved around. And he's going to be safe. Portland walks it off. And Jacob Johnson comes up with an RBI single as he's being mobbed out in right field. In a huge win for Portland.
Wow. That was amazing.
And this game had everything. Had pitching, it had hitting.
And as you said, this was the part of the lineup that had the most difficult time tonight, right?
Yes.
And they came through.
They were 0 for 8 with only a hit by pitch was the only other thing other than the outs.
By that part of the lineup.
Yes.
And, oh, man, they just made up for that whole game here in the bottom of the 8th.
And
Way to go.
And that was a phenomenal game by Portland. Despite all of their struggles this season, to win this game and potentially give yourselves a chance for the tournament.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there were some great plays in this game by Portland to keep themselves in this. And they really got to be proud of themselves. And whatever happens in the rankings for this team, you know, they finish the season with this game, which will always be remembered here at Hadlock, especially by the seniors, to win this game.
And I think this was the most animated game I think we've filmed out of all the years we've filmed.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of tension by both teams during this game.
It was almost like a playoff game. I mean, the players, the coaches, the umpires, everybody seemed on edge tonight.
Yes.
Not like in a bad way, but just in a, like, this game really meant something for everybody, you know, because it meant something for Thornton, because who knows if they get a bye or not. It meant something from Portland. Who knows if they make it into the playoffs or not. And it meant something for the umpires that they get it all right.
Yes. And I know if it's these what-ifs about that tag at second, whether he was out or not, and you can look at the video when it comes out, but it's one of those what-ifs. Portland won, and you don't have to think about if Portland would have lost this game on that call. But Portland definitely kept level-headed after that and took the game. And so, despite Edgerly's 8 strikeouts, Portland comes away with the 8-inning victory, 5-4, on a Jacob Johnson single to walk it off. And saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools. Saying good night.
Thank you very much for watching. Enjoyed it.